Hello there, and welcome to another video devotional for Farmersville United Methodist Church. I am Pastor Henry. Friends, during this summertime, we have chosen to follow the call to discipleship. So, as we continue exploring the Gospel of Matthew, we reach chapter 10, verses 24 to 39. But let me begin by saying this is a very difficult text. My friends, as we continue considering together what it means to be a disciple, let us embrace the truth, even when it is difficult and it requires effort, even when we learn on the commitment that is involved in following Christ. So the problem, my friends, and I mentioned that it's this difficult, is because here in the US, Christians seems that this text is alien, that is extreme, because we have not been criticized for our faith. Nobody has threatened our life. No one is required to cross Berry. But even here, the climate is changing. We might be nearing a day when Christians in the US will find faith very dangerous. See, friends, in the next decade, for example, the dangers are hard choices of which Jesus speaks in his gospel might become real here in the US to us. Christians might learn again what it means to suffer for Christ, to bear a cross, to be persecuted, to find families divided over issues of faith. See, friends, we might discover what is it like to live in a world that equates evangelism with proselytizing, even where the legal system persecutes as haymongers those who proclaim the uniqueness of Jesus Christ. Don't you think this is happening? Just as Jesus faced oppositions and ultimately the cross, so his disciples will face persecution and possible martyrdom. However, Jesus does not call us to provoke this persecution or to seek the martyrdom. Persecution follows naturally when we expose evil, when we challenge power, when we demand change, when we undermine the status quo. If we are faithful, there is a good chance that we will face opposition. So when that happens, we share Christ's cross. And like our master. Now think about this, friends. We are here in a time when we call what is good evil, and what is evil we call good. So, anyways, fear in the face of persecution is very natural. But Jesus is giving us three reasons not to fear. And I believe this is the focus of this message. Well, first reason number one, not to fear is that, and this is quoting from Matthew, for there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, and hidden that will not be known. See, my friends, evil people love darkness because they hide their deeds in the darkness. But the Lord will bring to light the hidden things of darkness, and also he will vindicate the faithful. God will not permit evil to win. Then he continues in Matthew, what I tell you in the darkness, speak in the light, and what you hear whispered in ear, proclaim on the housetops. So see, my friends, we got whispers and we got shouts. There seems to be a common thing in human experience, don't you think? Well, sure, some things we're willing to shout, but other things we rather whisper. Well, except that we have to pay attention. We aren't whispering. We are the ones shouting. God is the one that whispers. We shout. God speaks in the dark. We tell in the light. So Jesus calls his disciples, and is basically calling us today to proclaim boldly and publicly that which that he has taught us in private. See, we're not to tiptoe around the truth in the fear of inviting persecution. All right. Second, the second reason not to fear is the limited power of our opponents. They can kill the body, of course, but the body will die soon anyway. But they have no power over the soul. Only God has power over eternity. See, we prefer to think of God's love rather than God's judgment, and we have lost our sense of awe in God's presence. So then again, it is appropriate, however, to fear the Lord because God has authority over body and soul through eternity. And finally, the reason not to fear is God's compassionate love. God cares even about these little tiny sparrows, birds that become in this verse a symbol of inconsequential value. The God who cares for a small bird also cares about that small things in our lives. For example, the hair in our heads, and he has counted them. Isn't that amazing? See, this is super interesting. So, if you would like to see the conclusion of this message, please join us here at Farmersville United Methodist Church. We worship every Sunday in person at 9:30 a.m. We are located at 110 West Center Street in Farmersville, Ohio. If not, you can continue worshiping on demand starting on Sundays throughout the whole week, and you can do that through our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Until next time, God bless you.